All right, welcome to another episode of the Career Report. I'm your host, Tim Madden. The beautiful counterpart of this podcast today, Christina Madden, unfortunately had a couple things to do. So hopefully she'll be joining us again tomorrow. But hey, as always, we got a great topic for you today because I know a lot of people are in a job search. No one thinks anyone's hiring, even though what happens, I keep showing you every single week, right? Just last week here at Executive Career Upgrades, we had 10 offers that came in last Wednesday, none on Thanksgiving. Friday, we had a couple come in, and on Monday. Corporate America is open for business, ladies and gentlemen. Also during that time, let me repeat again, last Wednesday, Monday, and the Friday, our clients went on 30 interviews, 40 interviews, something like that. When businesses have challenges, they want to fix them, okay? I know the recruitment process is shot. I know there's lots of things out of your control, but today we're going to talk about everything that's in your control. But hey, as always, if you need help in your career, go on over to execupgrades.com/podcast. Let's get into today's episode. Hey, so this year I have seen 421 offers. 421 offers since January of this year. And I want to just talk about, hey, what are some common things I see? So whether you're a client of ECU, an alumni listening, or anyone on the internet who tunes into the Career Report, pay close attention because I know this is going to help you, okay? Because just during this Thanksgiving week, we had 10 offers. More are still rolling in every single day here across every industry, every function, every level. So here's the real question, right? What do all of these people have in common who are winning in the marketplace? Because let's be honest, it's not luck. It's not timing. It's repeatable. It's a pattern, and anybody can follow it. So I'm going to break it down for you. What I think are the most 7 critical tasks that you need to have an effective search. So number 1, I say this all the time. They know where they're going. Okay. If you are targeting 50 job titles right now, that is very confusing. You should be targeting a couple. You should know exactly what you're targeting, exactly the industry, the locations, the comp, all aspects of the organization. My mentor says, I'm going to remind you because he had to tell me 100 times for it to finally click in my brain. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get lost. I see all these people on LinkedIn saying, I could do everything. I could do this and I could do this and I could do this. That doesn't go over well. It just doesn't. That's for a whole nother podcast. But they know their target and they have a compelling value story. By value story, I mean this. Why should they pick you during the interview loops? Don't worry if you're not getting on interviews. We'll talk about that. But why should they pick you? You need to have a compelling story. You need to know how to story tell because you're going to compete in an interview loop with 10 people just like you. I know you think you might be losing out because you're too old or you don't have your degree, but in reality, it's not that. They don't call you to interviews to tell you you're not qualified. I mean, they do, but it's mainly like everyone they're interviewing, they believe is qualified for the role. So why you over all the other people? Because people inside of our program that are applying the tactics and strategies, number 1, they know their numbers. You got to know how you've driven sales, what the number is, how much you brought in, everything, right? The teams you've led, the impacts you've had, you need to know your numbers. You need to be able to articulate that in the value that you can bring businesses and have brought businesses. They position themselves as strategic leaders, not doers, and they speak directly to the problems that they solve and that the company likely has instead of these boring job descriptive things, saying things like, I'm an energetic leader, I'm motivational, I inspire people, I build high-performing teams. Those are just words, not deliverable results, okay? When your value story, when you're clear on your target and you know the value you provide, everything becomes tremendously easier. Now, some of you have heard this analogy. It's just, I think it's one of the best ones, right? Is just think of marketing 101. The clearer I am on my target, the more I know what I want and why, etc., the clearly I'm able to ask for it as well. If you go into the Nike store and you ask for a basketball shoe and you just ask for a shoe, let's just say, hey, I need a shoe. They're going to bring you back some random shoe, random size, random color, right? And you could need a running shoe and it could be a basketball shoe. But what happens when you go in there and say, I want a size 9, this color, this model, etc.? It makes sense. They're going to bring you that back. Does that make sense? So some of you are walking into a Nike store saying, hey, bring me a shoe. I can, any shoe will work for me. No, it won't. You don't want a running shoe if you're playing basketball. You will crack your ankles, right? When your value story is clear and you know your target, everything becomes easier. That's where you have to start. Recruiters will find you easier, pending you do a couple more of these tasks. Hiring managers will actually listen to you, and you'll actually be able to convert interviews into offers. I say this all the time. This is most people's problem right here. Know what you're targeting. Number 2, of course, you need an optimized resume and a LinkedIn. Okay? That is crisp, formatted properly, quantifiable results, talks about the results you've brought. Your LinkedIn profile matches it. You don't have 10 resumes. And because here's why: you only have one LinkedIn profile. If my resume says one thing, if I'm a headhunter and you're looking for X position, I go over to your LinkedIn, it doesn't say the same thing. I'm confused. What do confused people do next? Okay. You need to eliminate this mixed messaging, or, and you need to show up. Sorry, I'm coughing today. It's 27 degrees in Nashville today. Called my buddy Jay in Florida. I was like, man, it's a chilly day today, right? I was outside in like a shorts and a sweater, get my stretch on, right? And it was a little chilly. I called him. He lives in Orlando now. And he was like, yeah, it's 70 degrees here. So thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. Hey, hiring teams don't want to figure you out, man. You have to remove the friction. You have to remove the friction. And when you do that, your interviews will spike a little bit and you'll be more confident on those interviews. Now, number 3, and if any ECU clients or alumni are listening, this one's primarily for you. Most people do not take interview prep seriously. That is crazy. You spend so much time, man, so much time getting on these interviews, right? And not like a lot more time practicing. Imagine it takes 20 to 30 hours to get on one interview. You're going to spend 1 hour to practice? How does that even make sense? I talk to people all the time. Yeah, Tim, I've been on 16 interviews in the past 6 months, but yeah, I really need help just getting on interviews. I'm like, man, that's the last thing you need. If you just get on more interviews, you're just going to continue to bomb them. This is the separator. The people that have got offers this year, the high performers, they role play, they record themselves, they follow our frameworks or some framework. They prepare their business cases because they know they're coming. They study companies, hiring managers, etc. before the interviews. And they do it with confidence. Because people that are winning in the marketplace right now, they treat themselves as a product. And when they go on an interview, it's not an interview. It's a sales presentation of, let me figure out what you're looking for. Let me figure out your challenges. Let me tell you why I can help you. Get extremely serious. Imagine going on a freaking interview that you're semi-prepared for, and it could be just a freaking amazing opportunity for you, and you fall short. Man, shame on you. Don't let that happen. Number 4, the people that I've seen winning at high levels, not just this year, but throughout the years, they take daily action. Daily action, not weekly action, not when they're motivated. Okay. They execute, they're doing daily outreach, daily activity. They're responding quickly. When a recruiter, a headhunter, a hiring manager, a CEO, someone on LinkedIn, etc., pings them, they immediately are present and respond quickly. And I remember, been doing this for a long time, right? One time I had a call with the guy on a Friday. He was like, hey, Tim, I need some help responding to this CEO. And I was like, okay, what'd he say? He pulls up his LinkedIn, he's sharing the screen. I was like, yo, that guy responded on Monday, brother. It's Friday. Stay active on LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching live, download the LinkedIn mobile app. Okay. you need to do daily activity. You need to stay mentally locked in, regardless of the circumstances. Not getting any traction? Great. Continue the daily outreach. It will absolutely work. We've done many podcasts. We're on podcast episode, 225? Man, if you're struggling in a job search, we have podcasts. You can just go to Spotify, type in career report. You can scroll down, keep scrolling. We have so many episodes on getting on interviews, salary negotiation with me and Christina, just load you up. So remember, if you want pipeline interviews, right, you have to take action every single day, right? Here at ECU, we have a daily activity, right, that we recommend. It probably takes 20 to 30 minutes per day. It says, hey, do these things every single day if you're trying to get on interviews. You need to have a blueprint and a strategy if you're in a job search right now. Okay. Number 5. This was a big one. I saw this thing today. Man, oh man. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. See if I can pull it up. Oh, I can. Oh no. It just disappeared. People who are senior leaders making excuses on LinkedIn. The hiring process is broken. This company did that. It's number 5. Traits of high performers. They don't make excuses. They make adjustments. This is the biggest one. Okay, winners right now, not even like in a job search, but just winners in life, winners in business. They don't blame the market. They don't disappear when things get uncomfortable. They don't get stuck in perfectionism or overthinking. Instead, right, continually, they ask for feedback. They fix what isn't working. They stay coachable. They show up every single day, and they implement that quickly. The problem is, if you're not working with professionals, everyone's telling you different things. I know how that could be very overwhelming. But remember, the market always rewards ownership, not excuses. And let me just help you out. If you haven't read this book by Jocko Willink, man, I freaking love this book. It's called Extreme Ownership. It's amazing. Definitely buy it on Audible. I'm an Audible guy. I love the way Jocko Willink, his voice just describes everything. There's so many great stories in there. But essentially, he talks about just why this is so important, just for your life, taking ownership of everything. And if you're in corporate America right now, guys, you are going to F up something. You don't think I have? You don't think Christina has? Everybody has. Sometimes more than others. Actually, how do you think I got here? By effing up a lot and figuring it out as I go. So expect it. The worst thing you can do as a leader is when someone tells you that you did something wrong or your department did something wrong, you blame your team, you blame the market, you blame your customers. How freaking crazy is that? Leadership and development topic. You want to know an easy way to get by that with your boss? When your boss comes and says, oh my, this happened and this happened. Hey, I completely understand. I accept complete ownership of that. I'll ensure it doesn't happen again. Give me a while. I'll create a process. I'll go through it with you. My bad. You know what? Your boss isn't going to say anything to you after that most of the time. But when you blame someone else, blame another cross-functional team, blame, man, it's crazy. You have to accept ownership of your career. Now, this is probably why it's so difficult for you, because you don't have frameworks. The reason why our clients get consistent results, right, is they have clarity frameworks. We have a branding team here, resume writers. We optimize your LinkedIn. We help you get on interviews, help you prepare for those interviews, help to keep your mind right. We have weekly wins call every single Tuesday where we share people. Man, that's one of my favorite calls that I try to get to every single week, because I have so many people that join our program that are still so scared. And I'm like, get to this call. And on that call, they're like so many people and so many offers that are coming in. So, hey, who are you talking to? Right? I see so many people come to our program and man, my friends say no one's getting jobs and no one's hiring in my industry and no one. I'm like, man, you need some new friends. Be careful who you surround yourself with. And number 7, hey, they stay positive, man. That was the post I was going to tell you. This guy, he commented, he was like, I'm looking for a job on LinkedIn. It's been very frustrating. And before you say anything, Don't say to think positively. That isn't going to help me. And I mean, he just went at it. And I'm like, man, I just felt so sad, because I do know it's impossible to win at life when you have a broken mindset, no matter what's going on. Your energy is going to carry into every interaction. If you're taking notes, you should write that down. All your energy that you have, the good energy or the bad energy, boom, you taking it with you all day today, baby. What kind of energy do you want to take with you? Anxiety, frustration, depression? Need to reframe your mind. Okay? Need to reframe your mind. Hiring managers hire energy as well. Executives hire confidence. Companies hire people because they believe they're going to make their life easier. Each week, when I look at the clients that got hired, each of them showed up with optimism. They took challenges in strides. They don't panic when things didn't go perfectly, and they stayed focused on the end goal. So the pattern is clear. This doesn't happen by accident. There are many stages to a job search, both fundamentally that you need to learn, and then up here as well. There is a mental component to this. Positivity, damn, is a competitive advantage at the executive level as well. So remember, it doesn't happen by accident. If you want to win in this market, got to have clear branding, know where you're going, right? Know your value story, take consistent action every single day, be coachable, be flexible, be prepared at all times, and you need to work a system. My DMs and my email is always open. Now, good news. Let me get a drink. Man, I'm coughing today. Sore throat. Not used to this cold weather here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, real quick, current clients and people on the internet, we started a new program called the Interview Igniter Program, where we're putting interviews on your calendar if that's where you've been struggling. We are piloting it right now with our current clients. We have 2 more slots open. We are piloting it with 5 non-clients, doing it just a little bit differently. If you'd like more information on that, email me at tim@execupgrades.com. This program is likely going to go live within the next 2 weeks. I'm super excited about it. I've been working on this for actually all year. I've taken every single AI freaking tool that's supposed to help you. All of them are crap. I've done other things, and we've came up with something that, if done right, can actually put interviews on your calendar. I'm super excited about it, especially for the future of ECU on our Career Acceleration Program. But hey, that wraps up today's edition of the Career Report. I'm Tim Madden. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, stay informed, man. Stay informed. Stay positive, no matter what's going on. If you found today's conversation valuable, share it with a friend. And do me a favor, leave me a 5-star review over on Apple or Spotify. As you know, if you've been tuned in, it's one of my goals on my goal sheet, which I write down every single day because I'm committed to my goals, regardless of what's happening, right? To be a top 100 podcast. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Career Report. I'll talk to you soon.